Hi, everybody. Sherry Leopold here, and I am more than delighted to welcome another Wow Warrior to the screen. Today, I get the honor and privilege of welcoming Dr. Ynge Ljung, 2024 Wow Warrior. Congratulations, Dr. Ynge.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
You are one of the sweetest women I think I've ever met. Very intelligent, but so sweet. And I want people to really understand who you are, Dr. Ynge. And so I would really love it if you would just tell us a little bit about who you are and how you serve.
Okay, I am originally from Sweden, where my first education was as a chemical engineer, and then I moved around in the world. Ended up in Venezuela, where I lived 17 years, where I was a potter, and then I came to Miami, and well, lots of things happened, and I ended up going to acupuncture school, and that's what I have been doing. And of course, I have continued to educate myself. I'm also a naturopath. I work with body code, emotions, and voice scan, and.
I love the and. And just absolutely just showed why everyone needs to connect with you because you have so many unique talents and you are such a varied person. And I'm not going to say your age, but like you are stunning at the age you are. I'm just going to say
It's not a secret. I am 85 years old.
85 years young. That's what we're gonna say.
Yes.
And a delight at 85. Dr. Ynge, I would love to ask you, what does it mean to you to be a woman of worth? How does that resonate with you?
Well, for me, it happened that I felt because, well, I'm sorry that I'm stammering here, but I was in a 25-year marriage where you always are told, it was to an alcoholic, so you're always told that you're not worth anything, you can't do anything, you can't do anything without me. Well, I did. And that when you feel that you are strong, for me, it happened that what happened was that I ended up sitting on Miami Beach after a breakup with a boyfriend that had brought me to this country. And I had no money, no work permit. I was ready to go into the ocean and become shark food. When it was like two cymbals, boing, 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 over my ears, and the voice that said, "What are you whining about? Your rent is paid this month. You still have some food in the fridge. So get over it." So I did not give up, and I'm glad I didn't, because all of a sudden things happened. People helped me. I got a job under the table, of course, but that was the beginning.
You know what? That shows the perseverance that you have and the strong woman that you are. You did not let the circumstances dictate who you are, which is a clear example of what a woman of worth is. Thank you so much for sharing that. I know that everybody's been through tough times, but not everybody comes out as resilient, and it's very inspiring. So I know I'd like to ask about a challenge, and clearly that was a very challenging situation, for you.
Yes.
What impact do you want to make in the world through your platform? Because you mentioned as the naturopath, you have many things that you do, Dr. Ynge. What do you want to accomplish with your platform?
I'm very worried about health today. If you think about that, less than 8 people out of 100 is healthy. All the rest has some kind of metabolic syndrome. And I want to wake people up. I want to wake women up because they take care of their kids and their families. They have to do something about their health and not just keep on eating fast food, non-organic food, and so forth. That is my mission. That's what I want people to understand. If they don't have their health, they have nothing.
Absolutely. And as we like to say, health is our wealth, right? That's our true wealth. and it determines everything in our life. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Ynge. And what a beautiful impact that you're having on the world. And get it up there to 9 or 10 at least, right? So I want to ask you, what woman has inspired you, Dr. Ynge, in as a woman, to become the strong woman you are? Is there a woman or women that have impacted you?
I must say my mother. She always said, never give up. She herself, she had to get rid of her car when she was like 82 because she had macular degeneration and was legally blind. But she could still ride, and she would ride 2 or 3 times a week. And she was riding the day she died. She came home from horseback riding with 2 weeks left for her 89th birthday, and with a ticket to go to Berlin to see her aunt's 100th birthday. So she did not give up.
I love that. And you know what? I think that was her making that noise on the beach.
Probably.
It was her reminding you of who you are. Oh, wow. What an incredible story. And what a wonderful role model. You know, some people never get on a horse, and here she was riding the day she died at almost 89. Yeah. What an inspiration. So I want to talk about, in today's society, you know, self-love and self-acceptance are often very undervalued. How would you encourage a woman who is maybe struggling with her worth? What would you say to her? Because obviously you already showed you'd had a very difficult situation like that. How would you encourage her, Dr. Ynge?
I think the first thing I would say is start to learn to say no. Because that's one of the things we give and give and give. And people take it for granted. And then we get exhausted and burnt out. And you don't want that. That's the first step, is to start to say no, and then look at your health. What can you do to become more energetic, feel better, and love yourself? If you don't feel good, you don't love yourself either. So I think these are the 2 things: say no and love yourself. Look at your health. Oh, there are 3 things. Look at your health.
I salute all 3 of them. And I think it's hard, like you said, it is hard to love yourself if you don't have your health, because you're always battling that, and it's hard to love yourself when you don't feel good. So thank you for sharing that. Very, very good advice. I would love to ask you, as a Woman of Worth Award winner, a Wow Warrior honoree, what advice would you give to another woman who is aspiring to make a difference in her community and beyond? She wants to make an impact. What advice would you give her?
Well, first of all, never give up. And then I think keep studying, keep learning things, and teach others.
I love that, because if I'm not mistaken, at 85, you are still enrolled in classes. Is that correct?
Yeah, I study endocrinology, which is pretty tough.
Absolutely. And I think, to me, that is just such a beautiful example of a Wow Warrior, is that exactly what you just said. You just never stop learning, because you're always going to be teaching. And it's kind of one of the hallmarks of our Wow Warriors. Thank you so much for sharing that with people. And I hope inspiring them to go learn something new. I want to, before we finish out here, I would like for you, Dr. Ynge, to share. I know people are going to be inspired by you, and you have a lot of things to offer. And I want you to share a little bit, if you would, how people can connect with you, because there's some very specific things that you do inside your health coaching.
Yes, you can go to theallergykit.com. And you can also, if you want to send me a message and I can answer you, you can go to info@theallergykit.com. And the first 10 people who sign up for a call with me, I offer a free voice scan, which is something that will blow your socks away. everything that is going on in your emotions and in your health are imprinted on your vocal cords. And by scanning your voice for just 10 seconds, it can tell you a lot of your hidden secrets that you don't even know about. And that is both health and emotions.
Well, I did that with you, and it was very informative and super interesting. And I think people need to be running to your door to get that appointment with you, Dr. Ynge. It is a really, really cool tool, and I loved it. I will just tell you that. So this is where I just get to say I just know the coolest people. Anyway, I want to say congratulations, Dr. Ynge Ljung, on being a WOW Warrior for 2024. We are so proud to have you part of the WOW Warrior community.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm proud too.